Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another prediction video. This week, I'm going to be breaking down UFC London, Aspinall versus Blaydes. It's going to be a really good card. A lot of good fights. You got a lot of prospects on this card. We got Mokaev fighting. You got Paddy fighting. You got Tom Aspinall fighting. So it's going to be a really good card. It's a chalky England card, as usual, but we can still find some good spots to make some money. We're going to do a quick recap of UFC Long Island, then we'll get right into UFC London. UFC Long Island, I got my butt whooped, man. I went 1-4 for minus 7.05 units. The bookies didn't even use no Vaseline, too cheap for that, and had, not even the common courtesy to give me a reach around, man. They really got me. I put in some bad bets, just some bad fighting. It was just bad all around. My one winning bet was Yair Rodriguez, 1.5 units to win 2.05. And yeah, man, he was looking good. It was a freak accident at the end, but yeah, he was looking real good until that shoulder injury. I don't know how the fight would have went. You still had 4 more rounds, but I think that he was still going to get the victory in that. My 4 losing bets. First losing bet was Da Un Jung, 2 units to win 2.5. And yeah, man, he was looking good until he got caught. It's just a nice little 1-2 right down the pipe. Caught him, put him out. Sucks because Dustin Jacoby hasn't really been finishing anybody in the UFC, so that sucked. I wasn't expecting that to happen, especially that early. Second losing bet was Jessica Panay, 1.75 units to win 2. And yeah, man, I thought she was going to be able to get her grappling game going a little bit better, and I thought that she was going to be able to strike a little better. She did all right. She had a good second round, but yeah, them calf kicks ended up adding up a lot. My third losing bet was Misha Tate, 3.4 units to win 2. And yeah, man, I thought that she was going to be able to actually get her wrestling and grappling game going good. She's a little bit bigger than Lauren Murphy, and I thought she'd be able to get her grappling game going, and she couldn't, man. She had like 3-4 times where it looked like she had the takedown, got her to the ground, and they just like popped back up. Lauren Murphy looked good, had good takedown defense, and Misha Tate just looked slow, man. She was getting beat up a little bit, so yeah, I don't know. She needs to go back to 135 or maybe even retire. And my fourth losing bet was Suma Darji versus Amanda Lemos, 1.95 units to win 1.5. And man, Suma Darji, I thought he had Matt Schnell out, 6 times in that second round. Gassed himself out, beating on Schnell, and then he ended up letting Schnell come back and finish him. So and Lemos got the win. So, but yeah, man, them are my 1 win and 4 losses for minus 7.05 units. It brings my bet record to 122-89 for plus 37 units. So I'm still up 37 units on the casino, and I'm gonna get some more back this week with these bets. But yeah, man, yesterday was tough, dude. So let's get right into this fight card. Fight number 1 in UFC London is Ludovit Klein versus Mason Jones. Ludovit Klein is 18-4, currently sitting at plus 275. Mason Jones is 11-1, currently sitting at minus 325. Ludovit Klein, man, excellent kickboxing, crazy left high kick to the head. 3 of his last 4 wins are by started with a left high kick to the head, and he's got 3 finishes with that. Great, crazy left hook. He's got a nice left hook, and he's got a really fast left straight right down the pipe. Nice body kicks. He's got good offensive and defensive grappling, but he can be worn down with that. It looked like Nate Landwehr was able to wear him down with that a little bit. That's the only really knocks I got on him, is that he can be low output, and it seems like he can be worn down with a lot of grappling and just a lot of pressure. He fights way better going forward than he does going backwards. It seems like he gasses out a little bit when he has to fight off his back foot. Mason Jones, man, this dude's well-rounded. He's got good wrestling. You've seen against David Onama. He's got good wrestling when he needs to use it. He's got really good ground and pound. He's got good striking, really good boxing, man. I like his movements, his feints. He likes to slide and then throw punches, but just really well-rounded. And this kid's a really good prospect to watch, up-and-coming guy. But this is going to be a really good fight. And I think at minus 325, I think the line's off. I think that Mason Jones should be maybe minus like 175 or something like that. Short notice fight for both these guys. Kind of weird just throw this together out of nowhere, but I'm going to take Mason Jones because he's more well-rounded. But the thing is he's very, very hittable. If you watch any of his fights, he's very hittable. And if he lets Ludovit Klein hit him with a left head kick, man, this fight could be over quick. So I have no bets in on this. I don't know if I'm going to get around to betting it. I expect that line to drop on Jones, but we'll see. We'll see what everything looks like when this starts. Fight number 2 is in the men's welterweight division. We got Nicolas Dalby versus Claudio Silva. Nicolas Dalby's 19-4-1, currently sitting at minus 290. Claudio Silva is 14-3, currently sitting at plus 230. And Nicolas Dalby, man, this dude's good. He's well-rounded. He's got good striking, karate-style striking. Likes to dart in and out with his punches and his kicks. Pretty good grappling. He's got good offensive and defensive wrestling. He's got good jiu-jitsu himself. He's got a pretty good clinch. he likes to do a lot of jump, flying kick, like side body kicks, like I said, with his karate style. But I think that he's going to lay off them a little bit this fight because Claudio Silva, man, world class BJJ. This dude has he has okay wrestling, but his BJJ when he gets to the ground, he finishes people, man. But he's so old now. He's 39 years old. All he has is BJJ. His wrestling is only okay. His striking is just iffy. Just like throws a lot of like a big looping power punches to set up his clinch or set up his takedowns. But he's just getting old, man. This dude is legit just first round or bust. And I don't think he finishes Dalby in the first round. I'm gonna take Dalby to be able to, even if he gets taken down once or twice, I'm gonna in the first round. I'm gonna take him to survive and then just be able to get a decision. Claudio Silva, even though he's old and he does gas out, he's very tough and he stays around. So in any time, you know, even if he gets knocked down, people don't want to follow him to the ground. So I'm going to take Nicolas Dalby in this fight. I'm going to take him by decision, but I don't have no bets on him, and I don't know if I'll plan on it. That's a big line for even Nicolas Dalby. Fight number 3 is in the women's flyweight division. We got Mandy Bohm versus Victoria Leonardo. Mandy Bohm is 7-1, currently sitting at -150. Victoria Leonardo is 8-4, currently sitting at +120. And yeah, man, I watched some tape on this Mandy Bohm. I watched her last fight with Ariana Lipski, and I'm just not that impressed with her. She has a decent offensive and defensive grappling. It's not good. She has decent striking. You know, she's kind of slow. She has a little bit of power. She has nice elbows in the clinch and off the break. She's got good ground and pound when she's on top, but she's got like slow striking, and I really don't like that too much. Victoria Leonardo, on the other hand, she's not good either, really. She's got okay striking, okay wrestling, pretty good ground and pound you've seen on the Contender Series, but in the UFC, she's just been getting finished. Granted, her losses are to Manon Farrow and who was the last one to someone really good too. Melissa Gatto. So yeah, man, I'm gonna take Mandy Bohm here to get a boring decision. Both these girls aren't that good. I've never bet this fight. That's a new rule of mine. I'm just definitely never betting low level women's fights again. You know, if the girl ain't, you know, legit. Like, I mean, I would consider the Miesha Tate and Lauren Murphy fight, like, you know, them are top class girls. Yeah, I picked the wrong side, but at least they're top notch girls. Like, I should never bet on Jessica Panay and them. But yeah, also too, if I forget anything on this thing, man, I've been having to work. I work midnights and I've been having to work day shift the last 2 days, getting some overtime. But man, my whole schedule and everything's off. Like, when I should be sleeping, I'm working and all that. So, but yeah, man, give me Mandy Bohm by decision, and I'm not betting that fight at all. Fight number 4 is in the men's lightweight division. We got Herbert, 11-4, currently sitting at -280, versus Kyle Nelson at 13-4, currently sitting at +220. And if you seen Herbert fight last time against Ilia Topuria, man, the dude has hands. The dude's super dangerous, fast hands, fast power, good head kicks. And he's just real accurate with his punches, and he's real long. He's 6'1" with a 77-inch reach, where Kyle Nelson's 5'11" with a 71-inch reach. So he's going to be 2 inches taller with a 6-inch reach advantage. But man, this guy's like a killer be killed guy, man. Either he's going to finish you or he's going to get finished. And in the UFC, it's been him getting finished more than not. He's got his one win over Kama Worthy, but then he's been finished by Topuria. He got finished by Trinaldo, and I believe there's one more. He might just be 2-1, but yeah, man, he's good. He's really good striking, but his takedown defense is kind of terrible, and his jiu-jitsu, it's all right. Like, Topuria was really rocked, got him down in the first round. He was able to survive there and get up, so I'm going to assume that he's going to be able to fend off Kyle Nelson's wrestling and be able to put some hands on him, man, and some feet, because Kyle Nelson, he's 13-4, but he's used to fighting at 145. A featherweight, and he's coming up. He hasn't fought in 2 years. Not really sure the reason, but he really wasn't good when he fought at featherweight, and now he's coming up to 155. But he's got pretty decent power striking. He's got that knockout over Polo Reyes. He's got really nice elbows in the clinch. The dude's really explosive. Like, he's real strong. He throws power with everything he does, explosion with everything he does. But yeah, man, I don't think he's going to be able to get the takedowns in this fight, and I think Herbert's going to be able to light him up. So I'm going to take Herbert, and I'm going to take him by a first-round KO. I really do. I think the first couple times they exchange, I expect to be able to touch his chin and get something going from there, get some type of finish. Fight number 5 is in the men's flyweight division, 125. We got Mokaev at 6-0, currently sitting at minus 480 versus Charles Johnson, who's 11-2, currently sitting at plus 355. And yeah, man, this fight is going to be tough. I'm gonna be taking Mokaev. The line is huge right now. He'll probably end up minus like 350 or 300 to 350, 400, but maybe not like 500 or 600 because he's well rounded, man. This kid's been fighting since like 15 years old. He's 28-0, including his amateurs, and he's got wins by every way, man. You seen what he did to Cody Durden, flying knee, and then ended up getting him with the guillotine choke. The dude's well-rounded. He's got great striking. He's literally, his whole life is just fighting. So he's got the Dagestani wrestling in his back pocket, even though, I mean, he grew up in England, basically, but he was still wrestling there. I believe he went to England when he was like 14 or something like that. But yeah, man, Charles Johnson, he trains with Tiger Muay Thai. He's got really good striking. He's tall and long guy. He can be low output. He's got a lot of finishes on his record, but they're finishes over like lower level guys. And then like his last couple were in like the 4th and 5th round against guys that kind of got tired. But he's got good striking. He's got decent offensive and defensive wrestling. He's got pretty good striking, pretty good boxing. He actually has a couple pro boxing matches, but he can be really low output. He doesn't hit very hard. It looks like he does, but he really doesn't. He's got a lot of volume. Like I said, his record looks like he puts KOs on people, but he's really more like volume beatdowns, and he's not going to be able to do that here. He's got a lot of nice leg and body kicks though, because like I said, he trains at Tiger Muay Thai, but and he's got really good cardio. That was one other thing I noticed, but so does Mokaev, man. So I'm going to take Mokaev, but I'm going to take him by decision because Charles Johnson, man, I was watching his fights. This dude's tough to finish. He's really tough, man. He's big too for the division. He's 5'9", with a 70.5 inch reach, so he's only going to have a 0.5 inch reach, but he's going to have a 2 inch height advantage. But yeah, man, give me Mokaev. I'm going to take Mokaev by decision. I don't think he finishes him. Fight number 6 is in the men's featherweight division. We got Nathaniel Wood versus Charles Rosa. Nathaniel Wood's 17-5, currently sitting at minus 460. Charles Rosa's 14-7, currently sitting at plus 335. And this is Nathaniel Wood's first fight going up to 145, so I want to see how he fares there. He's only 5'6" with the 69 inch reach, so he's going to be 3 inches shorter, but he's got the actual same reach as Charles Rosa. But Nathaniel Wood, man, he's got really good striking. He's got good hands. He's got good kicks. He's super fast. He's got a fast leg and calf kicks, man. He's got a really nice left hook too. Just really good striking. He's got really good offensive and defensive grappling too. He's got some wins by submission in the UFC, and he's got some other finishes. But I really like his movement. I really like that he's super fast, and I like that he throws his strikes right down the middle. And the dude's super tough. He had a really tough fight with Casey Kenny his last fight. But, yeah, Charles Rosa's not going to be Casey Kenny. But dude's got awesome cardio. He's very tough, and he throws a lot of volume. Charles Rosa, on the other hand, this dude, he's got decent striking. He's got, like, karate striking style. But he's got it's like he's got okay offensive wrestling and he's got terrible defensive wrestling. I don't know if it's because he don't care about getting taken down, because he just wants to try to use his jiu-jitsu. But man, this dude can be taken down by anybody. But I do like his leg kicks. I do like his spinning back kicks. If he's on top, he's good. If he's not, he'll lay on the bottom. That's the problem with Charles Rosa, is he'll get taken down, and if he'll hunt for submissions, and if you can't get him, he'll still let you control him for 4 to 5 minutes a whole round. Very hittable. Terrible takedown defense. All that's going to add up to Nathaniel Wood. To me, he's going to get a decision. He's not finishing Charles Rosa. Charles Rosa doesn't get finished, and he doesn't finish people. So give me Nathaniel Wood to be stopping any takedowns that Rosa shoots, and Nathaniel Wood just to be faster and just to piece up Charles Rosa and win by decision. And I'm going to be looking at the over/under on that fight. There's a couple fights on here. I got some over/unders I'm looking at. Got 2 bets in right now, and yeah. Fight number 7 is in the men's featherweight division. We got Makwan Amirkhani versus Jonathan Pearce. Makwan Amirkhani 17-7, currently sitting at plus 185. Jonathan Pearce is 12-4, currently sitting at minus 225. And yeah, man, this is gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a grappling match, and it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be good to see who does what. It's either going to be a Makwan Amirkhani getting a sub in that first or second round, early in the second round, or he's going to gas out and get beat up like he usually does and get finished himself. I'm going to stay away from this fight. I bet Mike Grundy big last time, and Makwan was able to get his anaconda choke that he hit in Darce, that he hits everybody with, and he was able to get that in like the first 35 seconds. Jonathan Pearce, the last time he fought against Rodriguez, the dude that came up a weight class, he was fighting life or death with him to hold him down. He almost got submitted too, like 2 different times. And Makwan Amirkhani, to me, has way better submissions than Rodriguez, and he's going to be a little bigger than Rodriguez was. But yeah, man, I'm going to say that at first, in that first round, I think Makwan will be able to land some takedowns. But like I said, if he can't get the finish, then he's going to end up gassing out and getting finished. But I'm staying away from this fight. I'm taking Jonathan Pearce by second round or third round sub. But man, that first round is going to be sketchy. And like I said, I can't do that Mike Grundy thing again. So I'm going to stay away from it. But I am going to take Jonathan Pearce by a second round sub. Fight number 8's in the men's lightweight division. We got Marc Diakiese versus Damir Hadzovic. Marc Diakiese is 15-5, currently sitting at minus 320. Damir Hadzovic is 14-6, currently sitting at plus 260. And I'm all over Diakiese here, man. He's one of my locks of the card. He's better every single area of fighting than Damir Hadzovic. Diakiese's got better kickboxing. That's all Hadzovic has is like some decent striking, but he's 35 years old now. He slows down. He's got the worst wrestling defense you're ever going to see. Marc Diakiese could come out here and outstrike him, or Marc Diakiese can take him to the ground and beat him up like he did Slava Claus, but even easier. Damir Hadzovic takedown defense is terrible. Like when he fought Renato Moicano went out there, took him down and submitted him within 35 seconds. And then Moicano was like, man, I wanted to fight longer. And Hadzovic was like, you shouldn't have took me down then. Like his takedown defense is terrible. Like I said, he's got decent striking, but he's older now. He gassed out against Yancy Medeiros last fight. Marc Diakiese's really good, and he could be on a nice winning streak if he wouldn't have got, flashing, hit with that knee and then choked out by Rafael Alves the turn. So, but yeah, man, I'm taking Diakiese here. He's not really a finisher, so I expect him. He might get a third round finish because Hadzovic does gas out a little bit, but I expect Marc Diakiese to put on a wrestling clinic and land the takedowns like he did last fight and be able to beat the crap out of Damir and get a decision. So give me Marc Diakiese, and I have him parlayed with somebody else coming up, and them two I'm going to use to anchor a couple parlays this week and bet big because I really do think that Marc Diakiese, I get the utmost faith in him, man. Fight number 9 is in the men's light heavyweight division. We got Paul Craig versus Volcan Oezdemir. Paul Craig is 16-4-1, currently sitting at plus 120. Volcan Oezdemir is 17-6, currently sitting at minus 150. And man, this is just a style matchup. Either Paul Craig, he's got decent striking, but he's not going to be able to strike with Volcan, man. Volcan's really powerful with fast hands. But Paul Craig, man, he's trying to get the takedown. He's either going to get the takedown, he could pull guard like he did against Jamal Hill. Or maybe even like he followed to the ground like Nikita Krylov took him down. So I don't expect Volkov to do that. But any way that he can get this fight to the ground, then he can get a submission, man. He has been on a roll. Volcan Oezdemir, he's not been. He's got really good boxing. He's really dangerous in that first round for a quick KO. Really powerful right hand. KO power and a left hook too. He's got pretty good takedown defense in the first round, but he can be worn down. But he's got 1 KO in 5 years, and that was over Ilir Latifi. And like I said, he's just been getting kind of beat up in like his last 3 to 5 fights. I'm taking Paul Craig here. I'm going with the guy with all the momentum. Paul Craig is going to have a giant grappling advantage where his striking ain't terrible. Like I said, I don't want to see him. He's not going to win a 3-round striking match with Volcan, but I believe he can do enough to be able to grab Volcan and either land a takedown because Volcan's been submitted before and ground and pounded out, and he can either land a takedown or just pull guard or take his back or something. But I'm going with the momentum of Craig, man, and he's basically got a hometown crowd there for him. It's not his hometown. I know he's from Scotland, but they loved him last time with that comeback win on Krylov. So give me Paul Craig by submission, and I do plan on betting him. I want to see what the line does. It's been going up and down, but I do plan on betting Paul Craig, man, and see what that submission line is too if I can get my hands on that. And the under, man. I'm gonna look at the Paul Craig under on this and see what them lines are, and I'm gonna put some good bets together this week. This is a card to make a lot of money off of, a lot of money. Next fight number 10 is in the men's or women's flyweight division. We got Molly McCann versus Hanna Goldy. Molly McCann is 12-4, currently sitting at minus 390. Hanna Goldy is 6-2, currently sitting at plus 315. Molly McCann, man, is going to have the advantage anywhere this fight goes. I don't really know why this fight's happening. It's kind of weird because Molly McCann is ranked number 24th in the world, where Hanna Goldy is 6-2, currently sitting at number 78th in the world. And she needs way more experience before she gets in the ring and fights with Molly McCann, man. Molly McCann's been in there with Talia Santos. She's probably fought in the UFC, I don't know, 8 to 10 times, fought some of the best girls in the world, dude, and her experience. Just, she's tough anyways and got really good skill set. But man, all that experience, Hanna Goldy's been in there with like Diana Belbita and what was the one? Hannah Granger. Like, this fight's not even going to be fair. I don't know if Molly McCann gets the finish. I think she could, but I don't know if she does because you've seen her get the finish over Luana Carolina last time. But if she doesn't get the finish, I expect her to get like 30-26s, 30-25s, man. Domination. She is better than Goldy everywhere, just like Marc Diakiese. I have them two parlayed together. I got 3.1 units to win 2.5, and I'm going to put them in more parlays. They're both two anchors that, like, I'm thoroughly convinced that they both win this weekend. Like, they are both better than their opponents everywhere, and their opponents aren't even that dangerous at all. Hanna Goldy's not landing takedowns on Molly McCann, and the only way she'd have is for a lucky sub, and she's not even like a black belt crazy sub girl. And Molly McCann has good jiu-jitsu, so yeah, man, I love McCann and Diakiese, man. I think they're completely better than their opponents in every area of MMA, and they're both going to get the wins, and you can anchor them in all your parlays, in my opinion. Fight number 11 is in the men's light heavyweight division. We got Nikita Krylov versus Alexander Gustafson. Nikita Krylov's 27-9, currently sitting at -190. Alexander Gustafson's 18-7, currently sitting at +160. And man, Nikita Krylov, dude, good grappling, good striking, very well rounded, tough, still young guy. He's big. He's 6'3" with the 77.5-inch reach. Now he's going to be undersized in this fight against Gustafson, where Gustafson's going to be 2 inches taller, 6'5" with the 79-inch reach. But man, Gustafson has looked terrible lately. I went back, I tried to find some hope to see where Gustafson could win, but even in his last fight, not even the heavyweight one, the one that he retired, like, his heart, it hasn't been in fighting for a while. The one that he retired after Anthony Smith beat him up and finished him, he looked terrible in that fight, and that was right after fighting John Jones. He's just slower now. His style was based off movement and power striking, and now he's just getting slower. He's older. He's 35 years old. He wanted, like I said, he retired like 2-3 years ago, and I don't know if he's coming back for money or what. I know he's going to be in decent shape because at least he's coming back down to 205, but man, he looks terrible on the ground, and Nikita Krylov's going to get this fight to the ground. His grappling is awesome. He's going to get this fight to the ground. He's either going to submit or he's going to ground and pound Gustafson. This ain't the same Gustafson that used to fight that was, a beast, great takedown defense, super mean, super great shape, super cardio. It's not him no more, man. He just, in the last 5 years, he has just declined so much. And like I said, I don't think his heart's there. I do not think his heart's in it. So I'm going to take Krylov. I know Gustafson trains with Kamzat and all that, but I'm going to take Krylov, the fresh, young fighter at 205 that's been fighting constantly, been getting good wins and putting up good fights against like Ankalaev, people like that. So yeah, man, give me Nikita Krylov. I'm going to take him by a second or third round sub, and I do plan on putting a bet on him. I'm going to look at the over-under on that, but I do plan on putting a bet on Krylov too. I really like him in this situation. I think that Gustafson's done, man. I really do. I think he's done. I think he's washed up. I think once the fight gets tough at any situation, if it gets tough, he's gonna opt out. So fight number 12 is in the men's lightweight division. We got Paddy Pimblett versus Jordan Levitt. Paddy Pimblett's 18-3, currently sitting at -255. Jordan Levitt's 10-1, currently sitting at +200. And Paddy Pimblett, man, the dude's been fighting forever since he's a little kid. If you go back and watch his fights when he was younger, he looks so young when he's fighting at like 18. He gets choked out in the one, but he literally looks like a little kid. But he's got improving striking, pretty good hooks, pretty good power. You've seen him knock out Luigi Veramendi. He's got really good BJJ. You've seen his last fight against Rodrigo. What was his name? The dude from Mexico. Anyways, he looked good, Rodrigo Vargas. But he looked good, man. He got hit again in that one. He seems pretty hittable on his feet, but I don't think he's gonna have to worry about that here. But he's nice at darting forward with straight punches. He's got nice power uppercuts and hooks from both hands. Like I said, you've seen that against Luigi. But he's got decent wrestling, but it's not crazy good wrestling, but it's pretty good wrestling. And he's got really good BJJ. That's where his game shines. When he gets the fight to the ground, man, his BJJ you've seen against Rodrigo Vargas, who's actually got pretty good BJJ himself. He was able to take over once he's on top and get the submission within 50-60 seconds. The dude's really good. He's physically strong and he's big for for 155. You see how he balloons up outside of camps. But he's got 14 finishes. He's got 18 subs and 6 KOs. So this dude, he's dangerous everywhere, man. But he's very hittable, and he's still a little bit unproven to me. He hasn't fought the best competition in the world, and he really hasn't looked the greatest, at certain points against some of the guys who fought in the UFC. But he is 2-0. Jordan Levitt, on the other hand, how do you explain this guy, man? Really good grappling, not the best wrestling, and kind of terrible striking. Like, he won his last fight based off leg kicks, and the fact that Trey Ogden did not want to go to the ground with him, which I think he could have went to the ground and survived and been just fine, just like Claudio Puelles did, and was able to get the win over Jordan Levitt. But Jordan Levitt, man, like I said, weird, awkward striking, likes to throw a lot of leg kicks, decent wrestling, and really good grappling. He's weird. He uses his legs a lot, but yeah, man, in this fight, I believe that Paddy Pimblett's going to be able to stop any takedowns that Jordan Levitt gets. And even if Jordan Levitt gets a takedown, Pimblett's going to be able to be fine and probably get up. And then when they're on the feet, I expect Pimblett to have a giant advantage. Not that he's the greatest striker in the world, like I said, but Levitt's not great at striking at all. So give me Paddy Pimblett, and I'm going to take him by decision because Levitt's tough. But, man, if Levitt wins, dude, and he ends up twerking in London, England like that, that's going to be a riot. They're going to shut that motherfucker down. So that would almost be worth seeing, man. I'm not betting on this fight just because it's such a weird fight. I might look at the over/under and all that, but yeah, man, if Jordan Levitt twerks there, bro, it's gonna be a problem. And then we are to the co-main event. Fight number 12 is Jack Hermansson versus Chris Curtis in men's middleweight division. Jack Hermansson's 22-7, currently sitting at -115. Chris Curtis is 29-8, currently sitting at -115. It's a pick'em, and this is real short notice for Chris Curtis. He just fought about 3 weeks ago against Rodolfo Vieira. And this is a really tough fight, man. This is a really tough fight. He's stepping up in competition here from what he's been fighting. Even though he fought Phil Hawes and Brandon Allen, Jack Hermansson's been a top 5 guy for 2, 3, 4 years now. Jack Hermansson's got decent striking, serviceable striking. It actually looked decent when he had to strike against Sean Strickland when he couldn't get the takedowns. But he has good wrestling, and he has really good BJJ. Nice body kicks and leg and calf kicks. He's got a decent long jab. He's going to be 3 inches taller, and he's going to have 2.5 inches of reach. But very opportunistic with his subs. He's got a really nice arm and guillotine. Just really good transitions on the ground in general, and he does have really good takedowns. I expect him to be able to land a takedown or two in this fight. I don't expect him to get the sub. Chris Curtis never been sub, but I expect him to be able to land some takedowns. Chris Curtis, man, you've been watching him lately fight a lot, man. Good boxing. That's all he really uses. He doesn't really throw no leg kicks. He's got good takedown defense. He's got a good get-up game, and he's got good boxing and striking, good counter striking. But, man, he was getting pieced up last fight. Vieira couldn't really get him down. He kept trying, but when they were standing, dude, Vieira was piecing him up a little bit. Like he won a round just based off freaking striking. So I like Chris Curtis, but if he don't get the finish here with Jack Hermansson is really tough, man. You seen him, like I said, go 5 hard rounds with Marvin Vettori striking. That whole fight was a striking fight, and you seen him go 5 rounds with Sean Strickland. One judge actually gave him that decision. Chris Curtis coming in on his super short notice. I know he's on this good, nice winning streak, but man, I'm gonna actually take Jack Hermansson. I'm gonna take him by decision. I'm gonna say that his striking is good enough to land on Chris Curtis, and I'm gonna say that he's gonna actually be able to land a takedown or two. I think he has way better wrestling than Rodolfo Vieira, man. I think he's got better striking than Vieira, and I think that he can look a lot better versus Curtis. Curtis coming in on short notice, and kind of got beat up a little bit just 3 weeks ago. He's still got to be sore. He took some pretty decent shots there. So, yeah, man, give me Jack Hermansson by decision. I don't know. I might check that line out. Might check the over-under. We'll see. Fight number 13, I'm getting this show done quick. I've been trying to speed my stuff up and give you the best picks without having to fully give you every stat on the guy or whatever. But I'm trying to change stuff up so I'm not doing 45 minutes. So, but men's heavyweight division main event, we got Curtis Blaydes versus Tom Aspinall. Curtis Blaydes is 16-3, currently sitting at +105. Tom Aspinall is 12-2, currently sitting at -135. Curtis Blaydes, man, excellent wrestling, comes from college wrestling background. He's got excellent wrestling. He's got good striking. He's got really improved striking. He's been beating a lot of guys with his stand-up lately. Just knocked out Chris Dawkins. Was doing really good against Derek Lewis until he decided to shoot in. He was actually piecing him up standing up. He got a stand-up win over Junior Dos Santos when he couldn't get low takedowns on him. So striking's improved. He's got good straights. He's got a really nice long jab. He actually has a nice long jab, and he has a nice one too. Really nice. His wrestling's nice, man. He's got a nice single, double, and body lock takedown. Like, he can pick you up and slam you, shoot in. You've seen a lazy shot against Derek Lewis, but he does have good shots, man. If he gets you on the ground, his ground and pound is next level, world class. He's gonna smash you out. You've seen him do it against Alistair Overeem. You've seen him do it against a bunch of people. The dude's ground and pound is sick. He was hitting. He didn't finish Rosenstruck with it, but he was able to hit him with some really good elbows when he did get him to the ground. But yeah, man, dude's really good, really well-rounded. The only suspect thing about him really is his chin. His takedown his cardio looked terrible against Volkov, but I'm sure he's worked on that. But his chin, he's been knocked out cold 3 times, 2 times by Ngannou, 1 time by by Derek Lewis. But them are 2 of the biggest power punches in the division. But man, when you look at Tom Aspinall, I think he's going to be right up there with him, man. This dude hurts people. I don't think he's his one-shot knockout, but he hurts people with every shot that he hits him with. You can see against Sergey Spivak. You can see him against Jake Collier. I know these dudes aren't the greatest guys, but you can see when he hits them, man, they go to the ground and cover up. Like, he must have super heavy hands. And then you've been seeing a new wrinkle in his game, or not new, but the wrinkle in his game with his takedowns and submissions, man. He took Andrei Arlovski down and submitted him in like 30 seconds, if that, and Arlovski don't get submitted that much. He's got a good ground game. He took Volkov down and submitted him and beat him up on the ground really bad and then submitted him. And you've seen Volkov just look great against Rosenstruck. So Tom Aspinall is the truth, man. He's really well-rounded, dude. His boxing is really good. He's got really fast hands. He's got a really fast right hand that he can throw like 3 straights right down the middle really quick and just beat people up, dude. I really like his boxing. I like everything about the guy, and I'm definitely I can't fade him until I see somebody even give him a challenge. You know what I mean? I've seen Curtis Blaydes knocked out too many times. Tom Aspinall is actually Curtis Blaydes usually has a pretty big size advantage over his opponent's height and reach, but Aspinall is actually 6'5" with a 78-inch reach himself, where Blaydes is 6'4" with 80. So Aspinall is going to be 1 inch taller. Yeah, man, I expect this to be a good fight, but I expect Aspinall to find the win. I don't know if that's going to be by club and sub, just straight up club, or if he can actually land a takedown. He's got a really fast double leg, power double, man. That's what he hit Volkov with twice. Striking with him, mixed it up, boom, duck under, and good timing and fast, hard double leg. And if he might even be able to get Curtis Blaydes down and then work some jiu-jitsu and ground and pound on him. So anywhere this fight goes, man, I feel pretty good about Aspinall. We're going to learn 2 things about him in this fight. Most likely, we're going to learn about his defensive wrestling and see if that's up to par, and we're going to learn about his cardio, I assume. So we can check off, if he checks off both them boxes in this fight, man, he's going to be a real problem because this dude is a beast everywhere. So give me Tom Aspinall. I actually have 2.4 units on him. I got him at plus 100. I know he's a favorite now, but I got him at plus 100. I got 2.4 units to win 2 units, man. I feel pretty comfortable on him. I think this is where he's going to have his breakout fight. I think he's going to finish Curtis Blaydes, and I think he's going to finish him in the first 2 rounds. So, yeah, them are my predictions, man. Everybody, I appreciate you guys watching and liking and listening to me talk about this, even after that last week, man. That was yesterday. That was terrible, but we do better this week, man. Check me out. Me and Johnny K Picks are going to have a live show on my channel Wednesday night, and then I'll put out my official bets on Thursday night or Friday night, and it's going to be a good card. I'm going to have some solid bets. We're going to win some big money. I'm going to put in a super big parlay that I think everybody's going to like. But like I said, man, if you haven't already please like and subscribe for this video, and hit the bell notification, get all my videos early. And I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate everybody that comments and likes my stuff. So appreciate you guys. Good luck, everybody, and I'll see you guys Wednesday night.